Team Kill Tactic.
Hello and welcome to the Director's Commentary for Open Lobby Season 1, Episode 2, The Impenetrable Bubble Shield. Let's do this. Here's me just simulating a sort of a 1v1 in matchmaking. I mean, it's part of a whole lobby, but this is like a small part of the match. So you can hear like distant gunfire in the background. So that's meant to imply that there's more than just two players on this map. When in actuality, when we were filming this, it was just I think I was controlling the guy in blue, and I had Jacob control the guy in yellow, just so I could get like movements from characters that didn't seem too like stiff, because if I was trying to move these characters at the same time, I couldn't get them to move around like more naturally, like how the blue guy's like jumping around and spinning, and the yellow guy's like trying to like shoot him, but he just can't. But I do feel like the animation, or I guess the how we're playing these characters, I still feel like it's not realistic enough. It still feels kind of off. I mean, at least the yellow character. I mean, maybe that was just down to my direction. But yeah, the way he's moving is like it's like this is the first time he's ever played this game. When I don't know if that should be the case.
What the? Are you serious?
So this is meant to replicate like what would happen in a game if you lose connection, or there's like a host migration, or like for some reason, you know, the game is just set to pause, and then your screen immediately goes black and switches to the scoreboard as like the game starts to like basically restart or reset. So I debated when I was editing. I was debating whether or not to just have the characters standing still and basically be like freeze frames, and then just cut back and forth between their Spartans to show that they're talking to each other. But I just felt like that wouldn't be as authentic. And what I tried to do with this first season, at least, was to try to be very authentic to the multiplayer experience. Even though I take some liberties with it. For this episode, the whole idea was that it's centered around, these two characters are in the middle of battle, and then one guy throws down a bubble shield, and then the game like sort of glitches and goes into like a reboot, essentially. And then that's what causes the bubble shield to have like a malfunction. That was the basic idea for the premise of this episode. But so I wanted to stick to how the game would actually operate. I think people get it when they watch this. You know, they see all the player names and their respective colors, so I don't think it's too like jarring. I think I actually pulled this off pretty well. But I one of my favorite parts about doing this show is like writing all the character names whenever there is like a scoreboard on, or you're supposed to see the character names. Like these gamer tags are so stupid. Like it's just me just like whatever. What kind of names can I throw together? Like 2 words, you know, I'd like Tango Rango, Gutter Shooter, with like that ridiculous spelling with the X's and shit, and then Sexy Mexy. It's so stupid.
Host migration?
Suck it, loser.
Shut up, bitch. When the game starts again, you're dead.
You're so ass. Even with aim assist, you miss every shot.
Shut the fuck up.
So, just another thing I wanted to touch on. So, obviously, it's me and Jacob in this scene, right? But we're playing different characters than we were in the first one. So, like, the idea of at least Open Lobby Season 1 was it was meant to sort of act as like an anthology series. Not every episode has to tie into the next one. I liked being able to write for different characters, because there were certain scenarios where I just wouldn't be able to fit Zach and Jacob from the first episode into like the other episodes. Like, those characters wouldn't work for what I'm doing here, and they wouldn't work for like episode 5. I mean, maybe they could be one of the characters in in that scene, but I just feel like it'd be pointless to have one of them and not both of them, because they're kind of like a duo. They go together. So yeah, I just think it lent myself to be more free in terms of like the writing. So I didn't have to like focus on like how the characters were meant to act in these scenes, because they're just all new, like original characters that we haven't seen before.
See ya, asshole. What the shit? Are you really hacking right now?
Bro, you being for real?
So this, like, the way the characters are meant to like walk up to the bubble shield and not be able to go through it, that was actually surprisingly difficult. Like, I was trying to make it look as though there was like an invisible barrier, as if like, you know, like for like a map boundary barrier, you know, like in one of the maps in the game, like Snowbound. And it was surprisingly difficult to make that look convincing. But I think with the added sounds that I put in, so I think it sort of lends itself to you kind of understanding and being able to believe that, oh, okay, you can't go through the bubble shield, and there's like a object interaction sound to go along with that, so that way people can think that that's what's supposed to, that's how this map is. I don't know what I'm saying. There's a sound that goes with the players walking up and hitting the bubble shield. That way the audience is meant to infer, okay, so the bubble shield is now like a physical object that you can't pass through, essentially.
I can't walk. Like, I'm trying to walk into the shield, but it won't let me.
Nah, dude, you're just trying to bait me out. Ain't gonna happen.
No, dude, I swear.
Yo, what's going on here?
Get this. This dude thinks I'm hacking. He's trying to bait me out of this bubble.
No, I can't get in there. My game won't let me move for some reason.
Hold on. Let me see this.
So I don't know exactly what kind of like accent I'm meant to be doing here. I sort of thought of it as like a southern or a slightly southern accent, but it, like, I don't know, because I tried to just like disguise my voice to be a bit deeper, and then I sort of went with like a more southern slang or southern draw, but I don't know. It was just one of those things where I was trying to really distinguish myself from my actual voice. But I mean, I don't know. I think I could have done better here with the performance.
What the?
And what's weird about the elites is that their hitboxes are different from like Spartans, and also like their posture is different from the Spartans, so like they'll hunch over, and so in that scene his head is, you can pretty much clearly see his head is clipping through the bubble shield, which wouldn't make sense given the premise that I'm trying to show here, but I think it works just because you can give it up to like, oh well, there's a part of his head that is just clipping through the bubble shield, but he's still not able to fully pass through it, I guess.
See?
Huh. It's like I'm walking into a wall or something. Yeah, that's weird.
What are you guys doing? Just walk in.
We can't, dumbass.
Oh, now that's rich. Both of you trying to bait me now, huh?
Maybe there's a modder in this lobby.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's no modder. Now, I'm sorry for being good at the game, but just face it. I'm winning because I'm better.
What are you guys doing? Oh, just end the game already. I don't want to play anymore.
So that's Matt putting on like a nerd voice, which I think he does pretty well, because his voice is already like slightly, he has like a certain nasal quality to his voice already. So I mean, he slips into this voice pretty well. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a big fan of this episode. I think this is actually one of my weaker episodes in terms of, I really value the quality of the episode based on like the back and forth between characters and like the comedy that derives from that. And I don't know, I don't think there's a lot of like really comedic moments. The whole idea for the episode was that it was meant to be just like a regular game, and then there's like a glitch, and then the character in the bubble shield, he's not able to leave, so then he gets claustrophobia, and then he's acting as though like the game world is like real life. And so then he just starts hyperventilating, having a panic attack, and then his Spartan just like, seemingly dies or whatever, which doesn't really make much sense. Really, it doesn't make any sense at all. But the idea was that like the characters are taking this so seriously to a point where their immersion is is blurring the reality between the game world and the real world. And so that's why the character in the Bubble Shield is having, like, you know, a breakdown. But again, it doesn't really make much sense. It's kind of dumb.
Van Dan hacked the game and made an impenetrable bubble shield.
Impenetrable
What? He means we can't get in there.
What the fudge?
Weird, right?
Are you serious?
And I don't get why these two characters are like saying the same stuff at the same time. I guess I thought that it would be funny to do that, for them to just repeat the same lines simultaneously. I don't know why they're doing that. Maybe they're twins. But then if they were twins, maybe I should have like had their armor permutations like match, or at least have them have the same color scheme. But whatever.
I haven't died all this game, and this is how you guys are trying to kill me? A 1v7? This is...
Oh, by the way, so like I mentioned in the first commentary I did for this, yeah, so episode 2 was one of the later episodes that I did in the production timeline, because I needed like 8 controllers so I could have 8 players on screen. This is one of the episodes where I don't know why I did that, because this is the only shot in the entire episode where you see all 8 characters on the screen. And part of them are actually just obscured by the bubble shield. So I could have done another mat where it's just 2 of the characters there, and then had 5 characters right there. Wait, I don't know why I did that, because this is the only shot where you see 8 characters on screen. So maybe there was a way that I could have just shot this with only 4 controllers, and I could have saved myself some money, but whatever.
So funny.
I'm done with money, I guess.
So you're not hacking?
No, I'm on a pro team. Why would I hack?
Okay then. Try to leave the bubble.
What?
Just walk out for a second.
Okay, dude. Whatever. This is so stupid. Huh? What the?
Van Dan?
Can you get out?
No. What the... Hey, is it getting hot in here?
What's going on?
I don't know.
I do remember liking this moment, though. Like how it all builds up to this. I do remember liking this this little breakdown panic attack moment that he has here.
Oh, I'm getting a bit lightheaded is all.
Van Dan. Oh my god.
What's happening?
The bubble. It's trapped him inside. He's losing air fast.
Somebody do something!
We can't.
Actually, you know, on second thought, I don't know. There's something off about that to me. Maybe it's that the music isn't loud enough. The music isn't as intense as it should be, I guess. And also, I think like there's a moment here that just goes on for a bit too long. But I think it is just like a music thing. If the music was, but again, this goes back to the whole thing of like me having to use like stock music and royalty-free music that I find online, and not being able to find the exact one that I'm looking for in my head, and so I have to just go with the best thing I can find. I like that little quiet moment though, like right as he drops dead, and like he drops dead, and then the bubble shield evaporates, and then you just get these shots of like the players just like looking at it as if like, oh my god, what just happened? A player died in a video game. Oh no, the Spartan player died in the video game, and they're taking it so seriously. Like, I guess that's pretty funny.
Huh. That was cool. Well, we gotta end this game somehow.
Team kill tacular.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, that was it. That was episode 2. Yeah, I don't know about that one, honestly. Like I said, it's one of my least favorite, just because I don't think the ending is all that strong. But I try to just come up with these ideas, like, again, like I said, the way that I came up with these episode ideas was just taking like a general concept within the game, in this episode being like, I guess, glitches like in-game glitches and bugs, like taking that element, and specifically like bugs that you could perceive as being like believable in a video game. Like you could believe that, you know, at one point the Halo 3 bubble shield, there was a bug where no player could enter through it or no player could leave it, right? The only moment that you really have to suspend your disbelief for is that in Halo 3, the bubble shield only is supposed to last like around 20 seconds before it explodes. But it lasts for an entire like 3 minutes in this in this video. So I mean, yeah, like that's like it doesn't really make much sense in terms of like the game logic. But that's when you have to just decide that it's okay to take creative liberties with how the game world is actually supposed to function, just so you can tell your story. But yeah, that was the director's commentary for Open Lobby Season 1, Episode 2, The Impenetrable Bubble Shield. God, I kind of hate the name for the Episode 2, but what else was I going to call it? Anyways, thanks for watching.